And I've got a lot of stuff going on this week. So let me get set up here and then we will get started. There probably is an echo, but I had to try to find a room that was quiet enough. So bear with me for just a minute while I get started here, and we will get started. Give me just a second. Also, we might have technical difficulties. I'm having a lot of issues with the internet where I'm at. So if we do get disconnected, we will have to end the live earlier tonight. But I'll go over that in just a minute if I can get this thing loaded. So here we go. All right. Okay, we are live, so welcome everybody. I'm glad you're here. This is going to be a very weird live tonight. I am not at home. I do realize that I am in a room that's going to give an echo. I apologize about that. Unfortunately, I am not home, and we've had a lot of things going on this week. So I did make it to the live, and we do this every Sunday, no matter where I'm at, but usually I am at home in the office. But we are live. We do this every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live for a live question and answer. So the big thing tonight is if you have any questions about Coturnix quail, feel free to ask in the comments, and we will help you on your adventure with Coturnix quail and give you the answers to your questions as quickly as we can. I usually do announcements at the very beginning. I don't really have a lot of announcements tonight. I actually broke my record this week of hours worked in 1 week. So I am well over 100 hours for the week worked. So there's not a lot of things I've written down and had time to get things done. So again, there's another week that passed that I was not able to do any YouTube videos. I will try to do those as quickly as I can. But when I'm working over 100 hours a week, well, I don't have the time. So I will try to get those done as soon as we slow down with all the stuff going on. Again, I do realize that the lighting's probably going to get bad the more the sun goes down. It's probably going to be a shorter live tonight than what it's been lately, but we will do the best that we can. I do have an echo in this room, but, well, it's the only room that I could have done it in. So I am aware of all that. I apologize in advance, but I thought it was important to try to get on here and help anybody with their questions. So again, number one on our lives every Sunday is ask questions. That's why we're here. It's a live question and answer for Coturnix quail and becoming more self-sufficient. We do a couple more things here on every Sunday. Number one, we try to support each other. So let's be kind in the comments, as well as supporting the channel by just hitting that like button. It goes a long way, helps the channel grow, and I would greatly appreciate it. So if you can, hit the like button to support the channel. Number two, if you've hatched any eggs from us in the past week and have not given us the hatch rates, I do have my handy, nifty notepad with paper. We will write those down and update our records as soon as I get back to the office tonight, which will be late, unfortunately. And currently we're sitting a little over a 72.5% hatch rate. I don't exactly remember where it's at, and I did not write it down before I left. I think it was 72.7% hatch rate on shipped eggs for the year, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So I will give you updated information next week on that. And it's always interesting to see where all the quail people are at in the world. So if you want to let us know where you're from, it's always interesting to see that. But most importantly, yeah, that's what I want to say. Most importantly, get your questions in so that we can help you with your adventure with Coturnix quail. I am not obviously at my desk. I have a makeshift desk going on here, and so I completely understand this is not going to be a normal live tonight, but we are going to do our best to help everybody. So let's get started, shall we, after I take my drink. All right. Wyatt is in the house, says, hey, Zach, I decided to let all 11 of my quail have a little powwow, and all together, well, then they started laying, and now my celadons are with my normal Coturnix colors. Will they lay blue eggs or not? The Celadons will still lay blue eggs, but they will not produce blue egg layers. So you have to have Celadon to Celadon and no normal quail in there for the Celadon gene to continue to get passed. So you will get some blue eggs, but you won't get blue eggs in the next generation. Very good question. Viatala is in the house from Romania. Welcome, we're glad you're here. So and Terry's in the house. Says hello to everyone from Gilroy, California. I have eggs in lockdown. I hope everyone has survived the storm as well. Absolutely. Everybody stay safe. Also, I should have mentioned this. I didn't write any of my notes down because I literally stopped working about 3 minutes ago. 8 minutes ago. QuailCon, Backyard Homesteading and QuailCon is now available on the website. It's a 2-day event here at Myshire Farm at the end of August, beginning of September. We have a ton of workshops and we have a ton of speakers, and we have tours, and we have all kinds of really cool stuff going on, vendors, all kinds of stuff. So if you're interested in that and want to know more about that, you can jump on our website at myshirefarm.com and check out the QuailCon tab. So I will let you know about that now. Aaron Gutros is in the house from South Louisiana. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Let's see, Vay's Place is in the house. She's my moderator for tonight, helping everything continue to go and put links in the comments and things like that, so I appreciate her. Ed Got Bait is a moderator as well. Unfortunately, he's not feeling well, so he won't be here tonight, but we appreciate him too. S.O. Swanson's in the house, says greetings to my quail family from the Mississippi Delta. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Joy is in the house from Western Oregon, says happy St. Patty's Day. I had no idea that it was St. Patrick's Day weekend. Not a clue. But yeah, happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. Earl Dix is in the house from Nevada. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Erica Willis is in the house. Welcome. Beth is in the house. Says, hey everyone, this is Beth from Central Pennsylvania. I am brand new to quail and I'll be getting my first hatching eggs after I move at the end of the summer. I can't wait. Well, awesome. Good luck. I wish you the best. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask and we'll be happy to help you on your adventure with quail. Buck Reynolds is in the house, says you need to write a catalog on the dose and don't on raising quail and hatching eggs and put in every other for a little more money. You need to write a catalog on the, do's and don'ts. Got it. Do's and don'ts on raising quail. So we do a lot of YouTube videos. So obviously you can type into the YouTube search bar, feed by Myshire Farm or brooders by Myshire Farm, and there's going to be a ton out. But if you are interested in having the do's and don'ts and everything at your fingertips, you'll want to check out Quail University. There's a Quail 101 course you can take, and it's yours to keep forever. And it's literally from start to finish on how to raise quail successfully. So you can definitely check that out. You can visit our website at myshirefarm.com, and there's a link to Quail University on that. So definitely be able to check that out. As So Swanson says, the do's and don'ts are at Quail University. Yep, absolutely. Thank you very much. Hills Homestead's in the house, says my quail are hatching now. Awesome, good luck. I wish you all the best. Darren's in the house, says hey everyone. Darren from New York got 30 feather sexable eggs from Myshire, and they started hatching yesterday. 23 out of 30 so far. That is awesome. Congratulations, you're doing a great job, and keep it up, and obviously keep me posted on the hatch rate. I'm not going to write that down so far, or I'm not going to write that down yet, just because hopefully you'll get some more to hatch, but yeah, definitely keep me posted on the hatch rate. And congratulations, that's very exciting. Dragon Girl's in the house, welcome, we're glad you're here. Don Skin is in the house from South Mississippi, welcome, we're glad you're here. Let's see, Eric Willis is in the house. I got my first egg of the season today, very exciting, congratulations. Vase Place says, well, Zach, you need to take it easier, don't put yourself into the grave so quickly. Hey, somebody's got to do the work, right? So, yeah. No reason complaining about not enough time in the day to do things. You got to just make the time. So there's been 2 days this week I've worked past midnight, and it looks it's going to be real well by the time I actually get home and unload the truck. It'll be midnight. So 3 days this week will be from about 7 a.m. to midnight. 3 days this week alone. So A lot of stuff going on, but it'll all pay off in the long run, right? Hard work pays off. Tom's in the house. Tom from at Columbia City, Indiana. Welcome. We're glad you're back. Or glad you're here. Leslie C is in the house. Says hello. Good evening. I placed my second order with you guys on March 3rd. I'm so happy to see you guys added Celadon. I'm hopefully on good hatch after I receive. I'm hopeful on good hatch after I receive them. Love my first order was in mid of 2022. So we're glad you ordered again. Thank you very much for your support, and we'll get your order out as quickly as we can, and I hope you get a good hatch too, but obviously keep me posted on that for sure. Sydney McGill is in the house. Sydney from the Caribbean, welcome, we're glad you're here. Lisa Richardson's in the house from Arkansas, 20 new babies in the incubator, a lot of incubation going on right now. Very cool, congratulations. Delaney Cummins is in the house, welcome, we're glad you're here. Kylene is in the house from Oregon. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Tony's in the house, first time on here from Augusta, Kentucky. My first eggs from you are hatching now, and I'll let you know sometime this week, but going very well so far. Wonderful to hear, congratulations. You're doing all the work. I just supplied some stuff for you. Luckily, and with a lot of work, it was stuff that was good to incubate, but you're doing a lot of the work, so congratulations. Yeah, and obviously keep me posted. And we're glad you're here, so welcome to the community. I know I said this at the very beginning, but just in case you are jumping on and did not hear this, I am not at my farm. I am somewhere else. I had to makeshift a table and something to hold up my phone so that we could do the live tonight. I'm very aware that the lighting is going to get bad in here. Also very aware that there is an echo. There's not much I can do about that, but I did want to try to help people on their adventure tonight. So keep that in mind, that usually the quality of the lives are a lot better, but we will help you with your adventure, and we're very happy that you're all here and part of the community. If you can, support the channel by just hitting the like button. I would greatly appreciate it, and it's helped the channel grow. I currently had a very busy week, I'll say, and so I was unable to do any YouTube videos this week, but I promise as soon as I can, I will get back to those as quickly as I can. Tony's in the house. I just read that one. Noah Adam the Great is in the house. Is it normal for quail to pant when the weather gets warmer? Yeah, it's definitely normal. It could mean that they're overcrowded as well. Yeah, panting's not that big of a deal, especially if you're somewhere where it gets really hot. Wisco Aquatics and Exotics is in the house from southern Wisconsin, hatching some tuxedos currently. We've got about 55 of them hatched and in the brooder, with late bloomers still on lockdown. Going to report what we got overall once we know for sure. Absolutely, we'd love to hear. Good luck, and yeah, keep me posted. So far, it sounds like you're doing great. If you've got some stragglers, it would be best to maybe increase your humidity about 7 to 10%. Increase your temperature 1 full degree and let it go for about another 72 hours and then call it quits. But if you increase those numbers, any stragglers are going to hatch out within the next day or so, and then you can call it quits on the 3rd day. But good luck, and I wish you all the best. Witch Doctor's in the house. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Pris K is in the house. Says, hey everybody, hoping you guys all doing well. Absolutely, you as well. Beth Marks is in the house. Says, my incubator doesn't have an air vent. Is this a problem? Should I drill a hole in it? I have not tried to use it yet. I've never seen an incubator that does not have an air vent. That's a little odd. I would check around it all again. If you for sure do not have an air vent in the incubator, it would be a good idea to put a hole in there. Obviously not very big, very small, and I would probably only start with one, but yeah, you definitely need to get air in there for sure. Hills Homestead's in the house. We're in Tennessee, 30 minutes southwest of Knoxville. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. Witch Doctor's in the house. Welcome. Aquatics and Exotics says, also had a twin egg, make it almost fully. I shot a picture of over to your Facebook page. I did see that today. Usually they don't develop at all, so that's kind of cool. S.O. Swanson says, he said quail and homesteading con 167 days away. Absolutely. Eric Willis says, bought my tickets last week. Yep, we are selling the tickets on our website now. We've sold quite a bit. I'm pretty excited about the progress on that so far. Joy's in the house says, have eggs in lockdown, hoping for a good hatch. Well, good luck. I wish you all the best. Darren says, hey Zach, thanks for answering all my texts so quickly. It was very helpful. 23 chicks in the brooder right now, doing great. Wonderful to hear. And good luck. I wish you the best. And obviously keep me posted. Andy's in the house, says Myshire Farm rocks, 85% fertility, 71% hatch rate on my order of Egyptian jumbos. I'm very pleased considering we had a hiccup with my incubator. That is wonderful to hear, especially with the hiccup. So congratulations to that. And yeah, that's great. Good job. You did a great job. And thanks for letting me know. Let's see, let's write that down. No, 71% on... Got it. Thank you very much for letting me know, and congratulations. You did great. AJ is in the house. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Jaguar Andy says, hello. I have some quail that have died off. They've had symptoms of thinning feathers, losing weight, and laying on their side. What is the sickness, and how can I treat them? It could be that your feeder is too small. It could be that the feed is wrong. So it could be one of... I would put an extra feeder into the cage, and I would put a different feed inside the different feeder, the new feeder, and then continue feeding what you're feeding on the other one, and see if there's a change with that. But I'm thinking it's a feed issue for sure. They're not getting the right supplements. And if you're grinding the feed, then stop right away, and that's exactly what it is. But that's what I would do next without having any more information. Ann's in the house. Good evening, everyone. Warren, Ohio watching. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. Caleb Carver's in the house. Got our first in-school hatching rental reservation this week. Excited for this new adventure. Awesome. Congratulations. And good luck. DGB Exotics is in the house from South Florida. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Petamall Farm is in the house from Southern Middle Tennessee. Like number 42. Well, thank you very much. We are now at 63 likes. So thank you for everybody that has hit the like button and support the channel. If you have not already, hit that like button and be part of the cool team. I'd appreciate it. Let's see. Bear Creek Experience says, finally made it on your live show. Been years of watching you on YouTube. Thank you. Well, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Sorry that this is not a normal live. I know that the quality's not great and the echo is going on, but we wanted to make sure that we were available for everybody. So it'll hopefully be better next week unless I'm not at home again. So we'll see how that goes. Tracy Evans is in the house. Hey, do you recommend getting different eggs from different farms to diversify the flock, diversify the bird? You can if you want. You don't need to. That's not a net. Well, it depends on what you order. We don't inbreed at the farm, which is why things don't breed 100% true, so that there's no inbreeding, which means you can breed for a very long time. I think Vay's place had I can't remember, it was 12 generations in and not having any issues. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. I would recommend whoever you do order from, asking them if they're putting their quail together or if they're diversifying their covey themselves or what the case may be. So it's not a horrible idea. It's also not necessary. It really depends on what you want to do. It's a very good question. Very good question. Fat Country's in the house. When will the jumbo white be available from Tampa, Florida? Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. The whites will be off the website for quite some time. I would say probably another 4 to 6 months. We are making progress, but I really want to make sure that I don't have to do it again. They'll be off for a while. Myshire Farm is in the house. Greetings from Arizona. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. Which doctor said we quit all brands associated with Purina? There you go, about the feed issue. Well, thank you for letting us know, and hopefully that'll help somebody else. DGB Exotic says, hatching my first eggs we produce, we will definitely be ordering females from you soon. We only have 2 adult males and 1 female. One male is nice with the girl, the other boy is separated. There you go. Well, good luck. I wish you the best. Hig Homestead's in the house, says hello, welcome, we're glad you're here. Brad Davidson says, we got a tuxedo quail when we hatched the sparkly quail, and when we hatched some of the eggs from them, we ended up with 2 white quail. If we hatched eggs from them, will they keep being white? Some could, or they can take off. You're going to have the sparkly gene, and you're also going to have whatever the other color was in that tuxedo. So it's kind of a crapshoot with that white. White does tend to take over, so you will get some whites, but I wouldn't be surprised if you get a sparkly, or most likely a Tibetan is what you would have hatched out of that. So you could still probably get some whites, yeah. And from Utah, welcome, we're glad you're here. Witch Doctor says, Zach, do you have white jumbos in stock yet? Nope. It'll be quite some time before I'm ready to put those back on. But with the jumbo mix, the jumbo Egyptians, the jumbo white wings, the jumbo wilds, I think we're getting plenty of options. So happily take my time to do all that. Fat Country says, like, absolutely. Hit the like button, support the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Karen McDaniel's in the house from Indiana. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Gary from Northwest Ohio. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Sean says, when spiral breeding BTAs, can you increase the breed true rate? So BTAs, which is tuxedos, will never breed true because there's multiple genes working in effect to make tuxedos. So it should always be pretty much 50% tuxedo, 25% of that color, whether it's Rosetta or Tibetan or Scarlet or Gralfie or whatever, and then 25% white. So yeah, BTAs are never able to breed true. AJ says, I remember someone saying last week that they have the Matty Cubex incubator. Also, I'm sorry I don't remember your name. I'm hoping you're on here. If you are, I have questions about that. There you go. About the temps. Hopefully they're on, because I do not know much about that, unfortunately. William Markle's in the house from Southwest Pennsylvania. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Glenn Wells is in the house. Says hello from Southwest Missouri. No questions, just saying that I'm going to use the playlist video and start breeding for size now. Thanks for the info and best wishes to you and yours. Absolutely. Good luck, and I wish you all the best. Vernon is in the house. Says, Zach, are you going to start the auction page back up again? Whenever I have eggs at the end of the week that we did not sell off the website, I'll be happy to do so. This is busy season, so I would not expect to have any extra eggs probably for 3 or 4 months, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, the website comes first. But if I do have any extra any week, then I'll be happy to do some auctions. Larissa Wing is in the house. Says, checking in from Maine. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Wyatt Higgs is in the house. Says, are you still doing the hatching hour? No. We took this month off, and starting next month, we are going to be doing a Quail for Profit webinar multiple times for that month if you're part of Quail University. Big Ross is in the house. Do you know if it's safe to feed quail to dogs, or are they hollow bones like chickens? No, I don't want to say I have quite a bit. I've had numerous, that's a good word, I've had numerous people buy frozen quail for dog food. And it's very healthy for them and a good change of pace. So yeah, a lot of people do it. Our dogs do it. So yeah. Anime Gamer says, oh, new room. Nope, I'm not at the farm right now. I'm working somewhere else. But yeah, I got here about an hour and a half ago, and hopefully, I was hoping to get more done, but I didn't. So I'll be working when we get off here. Bonehead Assassins is in the house. Is there a breed of quail that I could raise and release on my property to get living and producing in the wild? I live in Indiana. Not in Coturnix. You could do bob whites, but you have to have permits for that, and you have to let, I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's a state or USDA, or I don't know who you have to tell whenever you release them and get permission and let them know how many you release and things like that. But Coturnix would not survive in the wild. Tim Park is in the house. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Let's see. No one was talking to me for a minute. There we go. Carrie's in the house. We incubated 22 quail eggs, but sadly only 12 made it, more than a few days. I am sorry to hear that. We do have, so the brooder process is, there's a lot of information, a lot of check marks to make to get it right. I would highly recommend you checking that out. Number one, I'd recommend you checking out Quail University, which there's a link to on our website at myshirefarm.com. But secondly, if you don't want to do that, you can type into the YouTube search bar, you can type into the YouTube search bar "Brooders" by Myshire Farm, and it'll go over a lot of aspects of the brooder process. Unfortunately, it sounds like there was an environmental issue there. And we just got to find out what it was, whether it was too hot or too cold, or the food was too far away from the heat source, or the water was too far away from the heat source, or whatever the case may be. In fact, there is a video you can check out, and it's called The Top 5 Reasons for Chick Fatality by Myshire Farm. You type that into the YouTube search bar, the top 5 reasons for chick fatality. That'll come up, and that might give you a very good direction to check out on why you were having brooder issues. Lisa's in the house from Southwest Indiana. My 18 chicks are just over 2 weeks old and thriving. Wonderful to hear. Congratulations. I am not used to hearing stuff like that. I am in the I'm not close to any roads, so I'm not used to hearing cars and engine revs and things like that, so it's a little weird to me. Tim Park says, "Hi, my fiance bought some quail from you guys. What's the best way to keep them alive when we had one pass away?" That is a loaded question because there's many different things to do. It also depends on, how old they are, and I mean, there's a lot. So you can go to the YouTube video, or you can go to Myshire Farm. You can go to the playlists, and each playlist has been broken down. So like new to quail and what I need to know, or the hatching process, with the brooding process. So there's a lot of different categories you can choose from in the playlist. So you can check that out. But I would highly recommend you check out Quail University, which again, there's a link on our website. And take that course, and everything's broken down even more, and it's all in one spot, and a lot of great resources on there, so I would check that out. But that would kind of be impossible to say without knowing a lot of extra information. Anime Gamer says, "May buy camping tickets soon." Yep, for backyard homesteading and QuailCon this year. We are selling camping tickets on the website as well, so you can check that out. Wisco Aquatics and Exotics says, "For the late bloomers, we've got both water canals completely full, and it's only sitting at around 72-74% humidity. How would you suggest else to bump that up?" I would put a little Tupperware in there, fill it with water, and put a sponge or washcloth in there, and that should spike your humidity. Lana Boggs is in the house. Hatch day today, so far 21 out of 32, and they're still hatching. Awesome, good luck. I wish you all the best. You're doing great. Keep it up, and let me know what the end result was, but congratulations. Anime Gamer says, "Also, how come there's no longer a page that has every color on your website? They're all like in their own category now." Much easier to navigate the website, so you can decide, are you wanting feather sex for, are you wanting fun colors, are you wanting rares, jumbos, and you can break those down. So much easier access for people to pick and choose what they want, because we have a lot of options on the website for sure. Backyard Oasis Homestead Living is in the house, coming in late from New Mexico. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Outings for old ladies who aren't dead yet. There you go, love the name. Thank you for always responding to my text. You do a great job. I love my quail. They have been such a blessing to us for eggs and meat. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that you are asking, and I wish you all the best, and thanks for being here. Carissa is in the house, says, "We love your videos. We got the BTA mix. I watched your videos on the BTA from a few years ago. I was wondering if you still throw a surprise tuxedo you're working on in the mix." Currently there is, actually. Currently it's an Egyptian tuxedo. We're also working on a scarlet feed tuxedo. Yeah, you could possibly get 2 different ones in there, which is kind of cool. There's only a few in there, so you wouldn't get a lot, but you might be able to get 1 or 2. But yeah, we definitely new surprises. We try to do that every year for sure. Chris is in the house. Says thanks so much for all the advice. What is the best quail for both meat and eggs? For meat and eggs, I would recommend the jumbo Egyptians. Also, what can I feed my quail if my feed store is out of quail or game bird feed? Depends on how old they are. If they are young and they need a starter grower, a turkey feed, a turkey starter would be great. And then if they are laying age, an all-purpose layer feed that's a crumble would do fine. They're really not particular, especially after they're about 4 weeks old. They're not very particular at all. But jumbo Egyptians is what I look at for meat and eggs. Jim McComb says, did your wife start raising rabbits? Has she done any YouTube videos? We do have 2 rabbits, and no, she'll never do it. She's on 1 YouTube video ever, and I don't think she'll ever do it again. Not her thing. Jaguar Andy says, thanks for your help with my dying birds. Glad we could help. Bear Creek Experience says, love your Myshire Farm. Thank you very much. Verna says, Zach took nearly 20 generations before signs of inbreeding. So there you go. She got eggs from us, hatched those out, and it took her 20 generations to even start seeing any issues. And then she just replaced those. Yeah, they can go a long time, but it also depends on who you get them from. Everybody's a little bit different, so and there's a lot of different ways to raise quails, so you can always ask whoever you're buying from what their recommendations are. Sydney says, I turned off the hatchery after 20 days, but shortly afterwards, many squeaking for unhatched eggs, so I immediately turned it back on the proper humidity and temperature, but nothing. Why? They probably shrink wrapped in the egg. That's why you always want to increase your humidity and temp before you turn it off, in case there's anything else growing. Yeah, most likely they were hot, they were about to hatch, you turned it off, they got cold, and they got shrink wrapped inside the egg, unfortunately. Sherry Rush says hello from Western Kentucky. We have enjoyed and learned from your show. We are hatching our first 24 Georgia Giant Bob Whites this month. Well, good luck. I wish you the best. And yeah, I wish you the best. I do not do Bob Whites, so good luck. Pris K says, Zach, do you still have snowies in the SSCs? We do, but we do not have them as a standalone anymore. AJ says, I've been using Purina Game Bird feed for over a year now. No issues at all. That's great. Seems to be a hit or miss, I'm not a big fan of it either. Yeah, it seems to be a hit or miss. Hills Homestead says, I have 6 white quail and the others are tuxedos and etc. Will the white ones be dominant and start giving a lot of white quail? White will take over a cage very, very quickly. So yes, definitely, for sure. Very good question. Chris is in the house. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Sherry is in the house. John and Sherry from Luther, Oklahoma. Incubated 30 jumbo wild eggs. Fertility rate was 75%. Hatch rate at 66%. They started hatching Friday morning early, and our last one hatched today around noon. Awesome. Good luck, and hopefully a couple more hatch, but congratulations. 66% on hatched or on shipped eggs is fantastic. So you're doing a great job. I would recommend increasing your temp 1 full degree and your humidity about 5 to 7%, and let it go for about 48 hours just in case you have any stragglers. But it sounds like you're doing great, so keep it up. Sage Wolf is in the house from Ohio. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Sherry says, yes, I feed my dogs live quail and it's not a problem. There you go. PJ's Family Farm is in the house. Says, hello, all beautiful quail and homesteading people joining from the Catskill Mountains of New York. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Anime Gamer says, you have frozen quail for sale? Yes, we do sell frozen quail, but only locally. We do not ship them because that can get very expensive, and it freaks me out because I don't want to get animals sick because they didn't freeze right or unthawed or whatever. So just local. S.O. Swanson says, releasing Bob Whites is with the individual state natural resources. There you go. Thank you for clarifying that. Tim Park says, how cold it will be able to stand. I'm assuming you're talking about quail, and with that case, as long as they have shelter to get out of the elements, the cold doesn't bother them. So it can get really, really cold, and it can get really, really hot, and they really will adjust and not care. But the elements is what will hurt them the most. So they need to have a place where they can get out of the wind, snow, rain, things like that. But as far as the actual temperature goes, it really doesn't affect them very much at all. Nicole 1957 says, hi, Indiana here. Struggling to get my temperature measures to read the same. I did get the Govies. One reads 98.4, the other 99.5, and everything in between. It sounds like maybe you have a circulation issue, so I'd clean out your fan and check that. But it sounds like it's more of a circulation issue. I would 99.9, 98.4. I would probably increase it about a half degree, and you'll still be in the yellow zone, the okay zone, where it shouldn't be a problem. But I would definitely check your circulation after this hatch. Sherry says, can I have 8 hens and 2 roosters in one hutch? Yep, absolutely. That's called colony breeding, when you have multiple groups together. That's what we do here at Myshire Farm. Works great, and much easier than having multiple cages and things like that. So yes, absolutely, absolutely. Jaguar Andy says, I have terrible hatch rate. I get about 3 to 10 out of about 60 eggs. My Govee hydrometer shows the temp and humidity is fairly accurate. Why won't these eggs hatch? Well, fairly accurate is not a good thing. Quail eggs are very, very small, and so being consistent is very, very important. So I would definitely get your consistency up, and I mean, without knowing whether they're fertile or unfertile, or how developed they were, things like that. Majority of the times, it's usually too low of humidity. But with 3 to 10 out of every 60, it could be a lot of things. But yeah, fluctuation will definitely ruin the eggs for sure. So consistency is very important. Tracy Evans is announced. Do you know if in the rent-a-kits, if we are the one that makes the kits, or do they? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I don't know what a rent-a-kit is. $200. I don't know what a rent-a-kit is. I'm very sorry. Yep, I don't know what that is. I apologize. JMKC is in the house, says, hey, new to quail. Do quail have E. coli and salmonella problems just like chickens? I know it's spread through waste. However, since quail are in cages and not actively stepping in feces, that's correct. Because they are off the ground, and they're not digging through and scratching through all that stuff. It's very, very, very unlikely. I have never heard of a case that there's a problem with that. Yeah, that's really not something you have to worry about with quail. Very good question. Priske says, as long as the dog chews bones are okay, so long as not cooked, right, absolutely, and not the super thick weight bearing bones like cattle. Correct, yeah, definitely don't cook them, but yeah, quail for raw dog food is a good thing. Priske says, the entire reason I got quail was to raw feed my dogs. As long as the bones aren't cooked, you were fine. Yep, absolutely. Yes is in the house. It says Zach and all. Third hatch going after my original Myshire eggs. This time I'll sell the quail, wondering what to charge in Ohio. Will keep till 2 weeks old at least. Should I keep till I can sex them? You'll get more money if you can sex them as hens and males, which would be 3 weeks old if they're feather sexable. You could sell them as day olds too. It really doesn't matter, however you want to do it. Everywhere is different, so we try to kind of do national averages since we ship everything. Yeah, I can't really tell you what to sell them for because I don't know your market. And your market will determine, what you can sell them for in your area. What's the going rate? What's your cost on raising them? How much time have you put into it? I mean, there's a lot of different factors to determine what price to sell them for. DGP Exotic says, have you ever considered having color descriptions on your website for every color variety you work with, regardless if they are available at the time for educational purposes? Of course. Yes, it is on our website under the descriptions. We've got videos on all of them. So yes, that is accurate. Anime Gamer says, I like the page with all the colors. It was easier to pick colors for me instead of going back and forth through all the other categories. Yeah, usually it's someone's wanting a specific thing and then that they can choose from there. So I do like the new way of doing it. I understand, but there was just so many on one page. Breaking it down, I think, is much better. Chris says, thanks so much. I really appreciate this. Not a problem. Happy to be here. JMKC says 20 generations means that you guys do a phenomenal job at preventing inbreeding. It's one of my very big focuses and goals every year. So obviously we breed for health. And you'll hear a lot of different things online. In fact, you'll probably hear a lot of bad things about me. Unfortunately, there's some people that are just hateful and don't like me at all. I don't know. Yeah, so a lot of people are like, oh, they have to breed true, they have to breed true. I don't care if they breed true. Now, I don't want you to get like 2 out of 120 that is the color that you ordered. Like, obviously not that. But if you order 120 eggs and you get 90 to hatch and 10 of them are a different color, I'm okay with that. Now, if you're not, then maybe you shouldn't order from us. But I'm okay with that because my first goal is to breed happy, healthy quail, right? My second is to make sure that I'm taking a lot of the stress away from you guys when you order. So I don't want you to have to worry about putting in separate cages and not breeding very long and having to order more because you have to, add new blood. Like, I want to take care of that for you because that's a huge stress part, and I don't want quail to be stressful. I want quail to be exciting for you so that you can move forward with homesteading and gain experience and knowledge and excitement so that you can start doing more things or growing the quail or whatever. So it's definitely something that I really, really focus on for sure. Oh dear God. Hills Homestead says, thanks, Zach, for the answer. So that means I have white quail to get rid of. Yep, absolutely. AJ says, planning on going to get some lumber tomorrow to make a grow out for jumbo wilds. Gives me a project to do while I wait for my jumbo wild eggs I ordered last week from you. I will get them out as quickly as I can for you. I am kind of excited on how many we have. We're getting quite a bit of jumbo eggs a day. At this point last year, we were on a 16-week wait. 16 weeks. It's 4 months to get eggs. So if you order now, you get them in 16 weeks. We are now on a 3 to 4 week wait, and I really don't think it's going to take 4 weeks, but I just would rather under promise and over deliver kind of thing. I was really wanting to stay at that 2 to 3, but we're getting a lot of orders, and that's wonderful. I'm so happy people trust us and rely on us and support us by ordering from us. I just wish I could keep up, so just means more work for me to do. We're not there yet, but we are 3 months ahead of last year, so I'm okay with that. We're making good progress. Alaska Nomad is announced from Tennessee. Welcome, we're glad you're here. There we are. Angelo Cruz is announced. Says, hey Zach, what incubator do you recommend for beginners on a budget? If you're looking for an incubator on the budget, I really like the Little Giant. You can fit quite a bit of eggs in there. It's one of the most affordable incubators on the market. You do have to baby it. You do have to work with it and just not rely on it. But I do like it, and I think that if you do work with it, you can get a great hatch. We actually did a Little Giant incubator review on our website or on our YouTube channel. I would highly recommend checking that out before you purchase the incubator. But if you go to our YouTube channel, go to playlists and go to the playlist called Quail Product Reviews. On there, there's a video about the Little Giant Incubator. I would highly recommend checking that out. And if you're okay with that video and how it works, then I would go with that. Vernon says, is dry hatch an option? Yes, absolutely, dry hatch is an option. So there's two ways you can hatch out eggs. Well, in an incubator, that's what I'll say. There's two ways you can hatch out eggs in an incubator. One is a dry hatch, one is a wet hatch. The wet hatch means that your temperature is 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit the entire time for all 18 or 20 days. And your humidity is 30 to 40%. 35% is ideal until lockdown. And then you bump that up to 70 to 75%. A dry hatch means you don't worry about the humidity at all during the incubation. Your temperature is at 100.5 degrees Fahrenheit the entire time during the whole time. You do not add any water and just do not add any humidity. And then at lockdown, you add a crap ton of water, get your humidity up to 75%, and let it go. So I like the dry hatch method just because it's a lot easier for people. It's one extra thing you don't have to focus on and worry about and try to maintain. So I like the dry hatch method. It also depends on where you're at, environmentally, regionally. It depends where you're at as well. Vicky says, thank you, Zach, for sharing your time to advise us more every Sunday. We all appreciate it. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys for being here and being part of the community. That means a lot. And if you can support the channel by just hitting the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. Someone Terry says, for Rent-A-Kit, talk to Linda with hatching at home. There you go. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I mean, I know what hatching at home is. I don't know what the Rent-A-Kit is. Alaskan Nomad says, I loaded my incubator last night. So excited. Awesome. Good luck, and we wish you all the best. Terry says, Myshire Farm maybe have a photo gallery on the website and not the color type. That way people can see them all next to each other as well. Well, Quail University is currently working on something like that. So that is in the works, but a lot of things going on. So one thing at a time. Tim Park says, how many female quail can you put in with 2 males to have a good hatch rate? I recommend 4 or 5 hens to every 1 male. So I would say 10 females is what I would say. JMKC says, I respect that about your inbreeding work. You only have 20 generations, and the fact that you get that from you all is amazing. Quail have a heavy genetic load anyways. Yep, absolutely, I agree. Sage Wolf says, one of the quail I got from Myshire Farm at last quail con lays purplish eggs. I think it's the autumn amber I got from you guys. It looks healthy too. Awesome. Very cool. Very exciting too. Surprise. JMKC says, so another question, how easy are quail eggs able to be ground up for calcium supplement? Worms can use it as grit, so do quail, and it helps balance acidity in water. Yeah, I mean, not very hard at all, just like any other egg. So yeah, nothing extra. AJ says, I love the fact that you're a few hours away from me, so eggs don't travel too far. There you go. Always excited. Yeah, Toledo's a couple hours away, so not too bad at all. Jonathan Holloway's in the house from North Carolina. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it for tonight. We had some really good questions tonight. A lot of people joined in. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for being part of the community. I am going to say a few things real quick before we get off here. Number one, if you haven't already, we only need 3 more likes to hit 100, so that would be pretty cool. So if you can, support the channel by doing that. But this is not a normal live. So I am not up the farm. I had to makeshift some things to do our live tonight. I'm fully aware that the quality of the light's not great, the quality of the sound is not awesome, but I thought it was important to get questions answered and help people on their adventure with quail. So if you are new, or this is your first or second time on one of our lives, it does get a lot better as far as the quality goes, but sometimes you gotta make things happen when it's not ideal. So don't hold that against us. Bear with us with that, and we'll have better quality next week, hopefully. But we've got a lot going on. I don't know. I'm going to stop saying that we're going to be doing YouTube videos. I don't know the next time I'm going to do YouTube videos. I will do my very best as quickly as I can, but I did hit over 100 hours this week worked, and the day is not technically over, and my day goes from Monday to Sunday. I'm well over 100 already, and I've got a few hours left here before I go home, and then unload everything and start again tomorrow morning. So the YouTube videos are unfortunately just kind of on the back burner until I can get things done. Number one, the quail is the priority. I gotta make sure they're all taken care of, fed, watered, eggs collected, everything's fresh when they're shipped out, things like that. The quail barn is taken care of. And then obviously our customers on our website that's purchasing get those orders out the second that the eggs are laid. And then obviously family. So things just have to take a back seat sometimes until I can slow down enough to be able to do some YouTube videos. I do keep coming up with more topics and things to talk about, so I am writing those down. So whenever I can slow down, we will have great videos for you. I just don't know when that's going to be. So I will work on that as much as I can, but we've got a lot of things going on here, which I'm sure most of you do as well. But we will continue to do our YouTube lives every Sunday at 7 p.m. So if you have any questions, feel free to jump on any Sunday or every Sunday to hang out and ask your questions, and we'll be happy to do that. And I appreciate you all being here. It's been going about 2 hours. I'm sure there's a lot of people not asking questions tonight because the sound and all this stuff is going on. But we'll try to get better at that for you next week. Hopefully I'll be back in the office. But we did spend about an hour together. We had some really great questions. I appreciate you all. And until next time, everybody, stay safe and happy hatching. There's a lot of hatcheries going on right now. So good luck and stay safe. And I'll see you next Sunday at 7. Thanks, guys.